you near the end of the book, you have a checklist for CEOs, and which is really, to me, like one of the most important sections of the book. And again, I don't want to give away everything. I want people to buy this book and read it. We go into a
Sure.
lot more detail of it. But just a couple things on this checklist I just had to ask you some questions about. Like, for example, one of the things that you say is to develop your personal strategy and style for discussing race, racism, and diversity, including the terminology you're going to use. Okay. I'm thinking again about this client of mine in New Jersey. I don't think I would want those guys talking about race and racism and diversity in their own personal style. So I guess my question is like, would you recommend hiring a consultant or getting some outside advice to help you formulate what that messaging should be?
Yeah, I think the main point that I'd make is um, we've all got to show a little bit of grace around this topic. And I think what you'll find um, in the book is we try to give people just lots of different examples to tackle what is a difficult subject. And the best leaders that I've seen do this work, they try to listen more than they talk. They try to understand other people's stories, but they also share their stories looking for places where there might be some commonality. And I just think, kind of meeting, especially for the CEOs, this is a place where the CEOs and the key executives won't have all the answers. They take themselves on kind of a learning journey. I share examples in the book uh, where there are CEOs that pick a book and they have everybody in the organization read the same book and they have a conversation that might be facilitated on that book.
Right.
I've got a client that I'm working with in 2 weeks. There is a program called Amend that has 6 series, and they're having the whole organization. This is a larger technology company. Everybody's going to watch over 6 weeks that program, and then they're having honest discussions. They're using one of their resource groups. So the Black resource group in this case made that recommendation. They've got other resource groups that relate to women and the LGBTQIA community that might lead the next learning session. So I think there are lots of different ways to tackle this work, but I think we've all got to have open hearts and kind of open minds, and just know that nobody's going to have all the answers. The language around this work is going to continue to change
Right.
over time. And we've just got to get started where we are.
Final question is, and again, still on that checklist, you also recommend that a CEO handpicks a core group of executives, HR managers, middle level managers to be those catalysts for change. And I'm wondering if you can offer any advice as to what we should be looking for in those people.
I think there's a couple things. For me, I would try to make sure this action learning team or catalyst group is maybe more diverse than our companies and comes from lots of different backgrounds and perspectives. That you have picked different levels in the organization to really make sure that there is a voice and some representation from the middle management of the organization, someone that can be a part of that group that can really tell you how things work and don't work inside the organization. That voice will be critically important. And, for me, finally, people that have the capacity to really grow and kind of think about our companies on more an enterprise level, kind of pulling them out of a functional area, and can really help us, create a better culture and a better company.